The NBA has a lot of rivalries. Sadly, a lot of them don't get talked about. Today, we're going to talk about one of those ones. In 1999, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers became roommates. The two teams were playing in the same league and they played in the same building. Here's how that went. In 1995, the minority owners of the NHL team, the LA Kings, wanted to replace the Forum where the Kings played with the Lakers. The Lakers ownership was willing to sell 25% ownership stake in the Lakers to the LA Kings minority owner to have access to that building too. The Clippers owner, Donald Sterling, is known as one of the cheapest owners of all time. He used to fire head coaches during the off-season so he didn't have to pay them. The Clippers are tenants at Memorial Sports Arena, and they're looking to move to a newer arena. So this is technically the Lakers and Kings crib, and the Clippers are just here too. They sort of just tagged along at the end. The home locker rooms are separated by an 80-foot hallway. Therefore, this rivalry is always called the Hallway Series. This is part 1 of that series. And this will just be the 1999 and 2000 NBA season. They move in together on November 2, 1999, but they don't play against each other until December 14. How do they do in the time before that? Well, Game 1, December 14, 1999. December 1999 is a weird time. The top movie in the world is Toy Story 2. There's also Stuart Little in The Green Mile, eating up box office money. The number 1 song, never heard of it before. And in this month, Brock Purdy was born. I live in Australia, so I don't know who that is. In the news, Jay-Z stabbed someone for some reason. Wilt Chamberlain unfortunately died at the beginning of the season. And Vladimir Putin is first elected to represent the Russian Confederation. The reigning player of the month is Shaquille O'Neal, and the World Wrestling Federation champion is The Big Show. In the West, the Lakers have gone 18-5. They are first in the entire league. On the contrary, the Clippers are 5-17, and if they are to lose to the Lakers today, they're gonna go down to 5-18, officially being the worst team in the league. So yeah, the Clippers suck. The Clippers are currently starting Troy Hudson, Tyrone Nesby, Michael Olowokandi, Lamar Odom, and Maurice Taylor, while the Lakers are starting Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, AC Green, Glenn Rice, and Ron Harper. The record tells the entire story. Basically, this game is technically a Lakers home game. The Lakers are the number 1 team in the entire NBA, and this other team who also plays in the same arena for the first time ever is coming to play against them. Kobe and Shaq both went on to say that they wanted to just whoop everything out of the Clippers. The Clippers are currently on a 1-game win streak after losing 9 in a row. The Lakers are on a 3-game win streak after they won 7 in a row, lost 1, and yeah, they've won 3 now. This game was close for a second. It was 16-17 to the Lakers with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. It was 16-37 7 minutes later. So the Lakers went on a 20-0 run. But there was still 8 minutes 50 left in the second half. Sadly, the score was 19-49 at half, which means that in 1 quarter, the Clippers scored 3 points, which is the record for the least amount of points ever scored in a quarter. The Clippers also set a record for the fewest points ever scored in a half, with just 19 at halftime. So yeah, after game 1, it's now been 10 losses in a row to the Clippers. They haven't won against the Lakers since April 1997. And today's form was one of the best ass whoopings ever in NBA history. 95-68. You can see the bigger the circle, the better the shooting. The Clippers shot pretty badly. Like, damn, Maurice Taylor. You can see here, Shaq dominated 21 and 19. Kobe had the best offensive rating. He had 18, 3 and 3. Shaq had the best defensive rating. Then game 2 came along. January 4th, 2000. The number 1 movies in the box office right now are The Green Mile and Next Friday. The number 1 song is still Smooth by Santana. I don't even know what song that is. Just born this month is the great and powerful Ice Spice. In the news, Bill Gates resigns and he promotes Steve Ballmer. That's going to be important later. Michael Jordan joins the Wizards / is hired as the president of basketball relations. And Karl Malone becomes the 3rd player ever to score 30,000 points versus the Timberwolves. The player of the month now is Alonzo Mourning, and the World Wrestling Federation champion is Triple H. The Lakers are 25 and 5. And if you recall, they were 18 and 5 before, which means they haven't lost a game since early December last month. The Clippers, on the other hand, are 9 and 21, and they had 5 wins before, which means at some point they won 4 games. Good for them. Prior to game 2, what do we have here? Same starting lineups, just a month removed. Obviously, both teams have done a little bit better. The Clippers are currently on a 3-game losing streak after having a 3-game winning streak. The Lakers are on an 11-game win streak, which is the same as the 5-game win streak they were on before, which means, as we said, they haven't lost a game since before the last time the Lakers and Clippers faced. This game, I guess, is a little closer. It was tied at 67 with 8 minutes and 46 remaining in the 3rd quarter. By the end of the 3rd quarter, it was 96 to 79, a 29 to 12 run led by the entire Lakers team. As you can see here, Shaq had 38 and 15 on 53% shooting. Kobe had 29 and 9. Glenn Rice even had 19 and 4 and 3. Lamar Odom had 22 and Tyrone Nesby had 22 as well. This means 11 wins in a row for the Lakers since 1997. As you can see here, the smaller the circle, the worse the shooting. The Clippers just can't get it done against the Lakers. Shaq just dominant. Kobe also dominant. Lamar Odom standing out as well. Tyrone Nesby was the best offensive player with 22, 6 and 5. And Shaq was the best defensive player. Obviously, Shaq's shooting was just unreal in this game. Look at those numbers, goodness. Then we go to game 3. Game 3 was the next day on a back-to-back, which means the same movies, the same songs. Ice Spice was just born 4 days ago now, so she's 4 days old. This time around, the Clippers are 9 and 22. Let's see how they do. Well, it's been 12 wins in a row for the Lakers. In a back-to-back, the Lakers just won both games back-to-back. This time around, Shaq had 40 and 19. Kobe had 26 and 10. Lamar Odom had 26 and 12. This game, on paper, it looks like it must have been amazing, right? In this game, the Lakers shot worse than the Clippers. At least their starters did. It was tied at 73 with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. The 4th quarter started off at 75 and 79. Unfortunately, the Lakers decided to go on a 29 to 39 run to end the game, and yeah, they sort of won. Again, as you can see here, Shaq just dominated again. 40 points. Shaq was the best offensive player, obviously with 40, 19, and 1. And Shaq was the best defensive player once again. Shaq was also just unbelievable from the field this game. And now we go to game 4, the last game of the 2000 season. March of 2000, the best movies at the box office at the moment were Romeo Must Die and Final Destination. The number 1 song was now Say My Name by Destiny's Child. Born this month, Carby Lame from TikTok, Sha'Carri Richardson from Running, and Hailey Bailey. I don't know the difference between the two sisters. I think this is the mermaid one. She was also born in this year. There wasn't really much in terms of news, except for the fact that, look at this, the Lakers 50-11. At the start of the season, they had, when we first joined them at the start of the season, they had 5 losses. Now, near the end of the season, they have 11 losses. As you can see, the Lakers were serious in 2000. The Clippers, on the other hand, we met them with 5 wins. They're now at 12 wins, as you can see. Maybe this last game will be different, though. So, same starting lineups, except for Eric Piatowski. The Clippers right now are on a 3-game losing streak after they were on a 13-game losing streak, after they were on a 4-game losing streak, which we were just talking about. So they've been on 3 separate losing streaks with 1 win in between each one here. The Lakers, on the other hand, had a 16-game winning streak, which actually continued through January in those 2 games as we saw. And now they're on another 16-game winning streak. This game was also kind of close. It was 56-57 to the Clippers with 11 minutes left in the third quarter. By the end of the third quarter, the Lakers went on a 36-23 run, and they went 67 for 46 to end the game with 35 points by Shaq. Why did Shaq score 35 points? Well, this is sort of Shaq's 61-point game. What had happened was the Clippers, as they were the home team, this, Shaq felt, was the Lakers arena. And when the Clippers, as the home team, refused to give Shaq's family proper ticketing, Shaq decided that on this game, he was going to destroy the Clippers. So obviously, he had 61 and 23 rebounds. He still calls this, at 68% shooting, true shooting, his best game of his career. And I kind of agree. As you can see here, Shaq shot incredible from the field, as did Kobe. Shaq just dominated this game. Nobody else was even near him. And Kobe had the best offensive rating for this game with 22, 1 rebound, and 5 assists. And Shaq had the best defense again. As you can see, Kobe and Shaq just absolutely killed it with their shooting numbers this game. And yeah, essentially the entire 2000 series, the Lakers won 4-0. The Lakers went on to win the championship, and Shaq went on to win Finals MVP. The 2000 Lakers are one of the greatest teams of all time, which means the Clippers, in their first season as roommates with the Lakers, were the big losers. As you can see here, series stats, Shaq kind of dominated, as did Kobe. Everyone else is kind of down there. The Clippers averaged higher fan attendance versus the Lakers, but that's because the Lakers had higher ticket prices. The Clippers had cheaper tickets, so more people went to the games against the Lakers. That's why the 2 Clippers games had 20,000 seatings, while the Lakers games had around 18,000. And yeah, so for the 2000 season, as you can see here, 4-0. 4 games, Shaq averaged 29.7 points per game. And yeah, it sort of meant that the Clippers couldn't win any games in the first season as roommate. The Clippers went on to be the worst team in the entire NBA by the end of that season, with a record of 15 wins and 67 losses. The Lakers went 67 wins and 15 losses, which means they had opposite records in their first year in the same building. The best and the worst team in the NBA lived together, basically. To add to that, the Clippers were absolutely dead last in defensive rating in the entire NBA, and they were second to last in offensive rating, which means they must have been horrible to watch. And as we know, the Lakers won the championship, so they were great to watch in 2000 at least, which means that depending on the day you went to Staples Center in the year 2000, you could have watched the best team in the NBA or the worst team on the NBA on any given night. And I think that's just a really special feeling. Part 2 will be out soon. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.